Anyway, you guys are supposed to know when the quizzes are, so that shouldn't be a surprise. Now, why are there so many problems on the board? See, this is how the cycle is going to start. And I thought we were going to finish early.
We can.
Okay. Because I have to teach you how to write equations of lines. That's easy, Mr. Park. Okay, number one? That is a bad start. Find the value of k so that the point 2 comma k is equidistant from 9 comma 2. What does equidistant mean?
Same distance.
Yeah, so the distance from there to there equals the distance from there to there. You use the distance formula. The distance between here and here, I'll set it up for you. Okay, 2 minus 9 squared is 49, plus k minus 2 squared is equal to the distance between here and here. That's the square root of 2 minus 1 squared plus k minus 6 squared. That's your equation. Square both sides. Multiply it out. The k squareds cancel out, so that it looks like there's only one solution.
I thought you said you don't draw that.
Draw what? What are you talking about?
All the steps.
No, I'm just showing you how to set it up.
Oh.
Now, if you want to skip steps on the algebra, that's fine with you. Okay, you guys can take it from there, right? If I give you the ball right here, you're not going to fumble it. Okay, what's the next one? Number 3, equidistant means the distances are equal. Anyway, last night's homework, all you have is the distance formula, the slope formula, pretty much that's it, and you can do all the problems. Okay, number 3. Show that, are you serious? X plus 3y equal 19, 2x minus 5y equal 5, and x minus 2y are concurrent. That's going to be a very important term in tonight's homework. Concurrent means the lines all intersect at the same point. So if you have 3 lines, if they intersect at the same point, we call them concurrent at that point. So how do you show that? Well, first you find where 2 of these lines intersect. Okay, which 2 you want to do? A and B, A and C, or B and C?
A and C.
Okay, why? Good choice. Why? Yeah, because the coefficients are the same, you just subtract. So if you just subtract A minus C, what do you get? 5y equal 15, y equal 3. Right? We're using these 3. I'm just using the subtraction method. Now, tonight's homework, you're going to have to find where lines intersect now. So you either use addition, subtraction, or substitution. In other words, like solve for x in one equation and plug it into the other. And I don't care which way you use. Just do it, right? And then once you find y, plug it into one of these. Which one is better? This one. So if I plug it into there, x equals 10. So that means these 2 lines intersect at the point 10, 3. Now, how do you show that this 3rd line also goes through that point? No, you plug it in. If I plug in 10 for x and 3 for y, you get 20 minus 15 equals 5. So therefore, this point lies on this line. Therefore, all lines go through that same point, right? Okay, now you're going to be doing this planning tonight, finding where lines intersect. That's like the biggest part of the homework. Okay, number 6. Oh, so the calculator one came out. Okay, good thing I showed it to you yesterday. You guys on the prism, are you good at it? Mark?
Oh, I didn't do it.
Morris? What? You don't admit something like that? You don't know how to play the game. Just say, yes, mister. Yes, sir. Now I know it's a lie. You'll never be on Team Korea. In triangle ABC, D7,3 is the midpoint of side AB. E10,9, that's up here, is the midpoint of BC, and F, which is 5,5, which is somewhere over here. I'm just drawing a quick sketch. Are you guys using graph paper?
No.
Don't use graph paper. Everything drawn freehand. Because that's the way mathematicians do it. Okay, so these are the midpoints of the sides of a triangle. So what does the triangle look like? Shouldn't it look something like this? Something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so which one? This one is the midpoint of A and B. So this is A, B, C. Did I do it correctly? Yes. Okay, find the coordinates of A, B, and C. Now, you don't know what the coordinates are, so let's give them names. What do you want to call it? X1, Y1?
Yeah.
A, comma, B?
Yeah.
Alpha, comma, beta?
Yes.
Happy face, comma, square?
Yeah.
What do you want to use?
Yeah.
I'm going with A and B. And then this one, I'm going to go with C and D. And this one, I'm going with E and F. I see people scribbling furiously. That means you guys didn't even try it properly. Okay, what do you think we're going to use in this problem since that's the midpoint? We're going to use the midpoint formula. That's all you do. That's all you do. Use the midpoint formula. So, how do you find the midpoint between this points A and B? A plus C over 2 is equal to 7, and B plus D over 2 equals 3, right? That's how you use the midpoint. Now do the midpoint for B and C. What equations can I write? C plus E equals over 2 equals 10, and D plus F over 2 equals 9. And then now use this midpoint. A plus E over 2 equals 5. B plus F over 2 equals 5. And then now just solve. This is just algebra. That's why by the end of this chapter, if your algebra skills aren't tough, then I don't know, you just probably copy being a remora. Okay, I will solve one of these for you then. Which one you want to do, left or right? I'll do one and you do the other.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, I'm going with Korean. Okay, so this is what I would do if I were me. First equation, get rid of the fractions. A plus C equal 14. Second equation, C plus E equal 20. Third equation, A plus E equal 10. And then look, all the coefficients are 1. You just subtract one from the other. So which two you want to do? 1 and 2, 2 and 3, and 1 and 3. 2 and 3. Wrong! No, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's do 2 and 3. So if you want to eliminate the E, what do? Add or subtract? Subtract. So you get C minus A equal 10. Put that together with the first equation now, which is C plus A equal 14, and you can either add or subtract. Which one you want to do? Okay, add. 2C equals 24, C equals 12. Once you figure out C is 12, plug it back into one of these. Okay, let's do that one. Therefore, A is 2. Once you get C and A, plug it back into one of these. Which one? Okay, this one. What is E? 8. E equals 8. There you go. And then you just solve these equations to find B, D, and F. What did you guys do? I don't know. If I see the word midpoint, I'm going to use midpoint formula, right? If I see equidistant, I'm going to use distance formula. Okay, whatever. 7. Oh, this is a good problem. This is a park special. Okay, number 7. 3 vertices of a parallelogram have coordinates, okay, -3, 1, 1, 4, 1, 4, woo! And 4, 3, somewhere over here. It says, find the coordinates of a fourth vertex of a parallelogram. Now, before we even start, can you see that there's going to be 3 answers? Say what, girlfriend? Well, okay, so here, this is the one you're probably seeing, like this. Right? Here's one answer right there, right? Makes a parallelogram. Where's another answer? Couldn't it be over here, though? That makes a parallelogram. And, yeah, to the left, right here. Right there. So there are 3 answers. Do I have to give all 3? Only if you want full credit. If you're solving a quadratic equation with 2 answers, just give one. No, you gotta give both. Okay, so which one you want to find? I will do one of them, and then you do the other 2 using the same technique. Which one do you want to do? A, B, or C? C. Wrong. A. Doesn't matter. Okay, I'm gonna do this one. Okay, so there's several ways to do it. One way is to write equations. The other way is to use ingenuity. Like you can write equations, right? Call this point A comma B. Okay, okay, let's just say you don't know anything. What equations can you write if this is a parallelogram? The slope from here to here got to equal to the slope from there to there, right? And then the slope from here to here got to equal to the slope from there to there, and then you just solve those equations. Look, if you're at -3, 1, and I go 1 down and 3 right, where are you at? What? What? I heard origin. Yeah, 0, 0. I kept something saying -4. What? -4. Oh. We're going. Okay, that's one. See, isn't this better than writing equations? Yeah. Why does this work? Because it's a parallelogram. The opposite sides are parallel, right? Because look, rise over run is the same thing. And they got to be equal, right? They're congruent triangles. Right there. Okay, you guys try this on the other two and see if you can do it. Okay, number 8, B. Okay, B. Oh my goodness. We're in a heap of trouble. What's the slope of this line? Just without even thinking. 3. You guys thought. Okay, Mr. Kakiyesu told me, he taught you guys this. If the line is written in this form, then the slope is -A over B. What about Mr. Rubash? Okay, whatever. How about putting it in the form y equal mx plus b and then look at the m? Okay, the slope is 3. No matter, I don't care what you do, the slope is 3, right? Okay, for part B, it says the line joining this point with this point has to be perpendicular to this line, which means the slopes have to be negative reciprocals, right, for perpendicular. Part A, parallel, so they got to be equal, right? So, how do you find the slope between these 2 points? Y minus y over x minus x. That's the slope. So in part A, if you want them to be parallel, what do you set it equal to? In part A, if you want them parallel. 3. If you want a perpendicular, then the slope is going to be the negative reciprocal of that, -1/3, and then we just solve that equation. People, this is the appetizer. We didn't even get to the main course. And then number 10. The area of a rhombus is, oh, okay, let me try. Do not attempt this at home. -1, -1. So we wait, 9, 4, it will be over here somewhere. 20, 6 can be up here somewhere. And then 10, 1 can be down here. Oh, that's not right. Oh! 9, 4 is up here. And 10, 1 will be down there. Okay, so whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, it's supposed to be a rhombus, but it doesn't matter. That's just to help us solve the problem. Okay, now how the heck do I find the area of a rhombus? Okay, let's pretend we don't know anything. What do we know how to do? Find the area of a triangle? Well, how about find the area of this triangle and just double it? Because you guys know if you have a parallelogram, you draw in the diagonal, it breaks it into 2 congruent triangles, right? So if you don't know how to do anything, how about find the area of this triangle and double it, right? Put the box around it like I showed you yesterday. Do something. Don't just stare at it and say, I'm going to write it on the board. However, if we took geometry, we know that the area of a rhombus is equal to, what's the formula we learned in geometry? 1/2, Riddell,
times the diagonal.
the product of the diagonals. Does that look familiar? Does that work for a kite too? When? She said yes. Do we concur? Cito? Concur? What's a kite? Okay, so let's just pretend we know this formula. So to find the area of this rhombus is just 1/2 the product of the diagonals. Okay. Okay, who's gonna do the short one here? Okay, me. 1, 3, root 10. Are you guys practicing? So you guys doing it quickly in your head? Yeah.
Wait, isn't a rhombus like a square?
It could be a square. By definition, a rhombus is a quadrilateral where all 4 sides are equal. So it could be a square, but it doesn't have to be a square. Oh, just the 4 sides. You don't have to have right angles. Just the 4 sides have to be equal, so it could look like that, right? Okay, who's gonna do the longer diagonal? Park, redeem yourself after that. Okay, got it.
Wait, where?
The short diagonal, I did it. Now you do the longer one.
Oh, this thing.
Just look at your paper. You guys did your homework. Look at your paper and tell me that's what you wrote.
I'm trading it.
You're not playing the game. You're supposed to be going let me look for my homework. By doing what you it's so obvious you didn't even do this problem, Park.
No, in my head.
Not right, it's in your head.
That's kind of hard.
Okay, what's the difference of the x's? 21. What's the difference of the y's? 7. Okay, squared. 441 and 49. 490. Duh. Why is that funny? We don't know our square numbers up to 25? You should. I expect you to know that. When you come out of elementary school, you're expected to know your square numbers. Hey! Woo! Root 4900. Hey, you want perfect square, huh? What is that? That's 70. Woo! 35. People, in this class, you're expected to do arithmetic and algebra 1. It's expected. And tonight you're going to do plenty of algebra 1. Last night was, come on, this is like not even the appetizer. I don't know what this is. This is like the what do you call it when you go into the Mexican restaurant and you got the chips and the salsa? This is the chips and salsa. Okay, now we're gonna. You guys are scaring me. Okay, we gotta learn how to write equations of lines today. But Mr. Park, we already do know how to do that. I beg to differ. Okay, now there are 4 different equations of lines you gotta know. Okay, this is all in your notes. AX plus BY plus C equals 0. What form is this called? When you just put everything on one side and make the other side 0. General form. And like I told you, or Mr. Takiesu, when you look at this line, the slope is simply negative A over B. You don't even flinch, right? Does everybody see that? The slope is negative A over B. If you solve for y. Like if you move this on this side and then you divide by the b, you get negative A over b, right? But you just know it. What form is this? Y equal mx plus b. Slope intercept, because that's the slope and that's the y-intercept, right? What form is this? Y minus y1 equal m times x minus x1. Point slope form. And then what form is this? X over a plus y over b equal 1.
Intercept form.
This is intercept form. If a line is written in this form, A is the x-intercept and B is the y-intercept, right?
Yeah.
This was in your book class here. Some of you are looking at, what? Say, what, girlfriend? That looks like an ellipse, some of you are thinking, eh? I bet you. Every year there's always people. No, if you have a square on it, then it's an ellipse. But if there's no square, it's a line. Okay, so, look, let me ask you this. What is the x-intercept? 3. What's the y-intercept? 2. Why though? Why does it work? Well, how do you find the x-intercept of any graph? You plug in 0 for y. Now what happens when you plug in 0 for y? Ooh, this term disappears, solve for x. Ooh. And same thing, y-intercept. Set x equal to 0. Solve for y. 2. That's why it works. See, you guys are just memorizing things and then purging it. So you have to decide, you know, when you work with lines, which of these is the best form to use? Because, okay, how many of you, when you write an equation of a line, you still use this? Okay, purge that. This is baby. You're a little baby. You're crawling. You got to be able to walk. This is probably the worst of all of them. This is the worstest. Yes, that's the way they teach you in Algebra 1, but you're not in Algebra 1 anymore. Okay, let's do a problem. Okay, vertex A. This almost looks like number 1 in tonight's homework. I'm going to use different numbers. I hope I use different numbers. 6, comma 1, and then C is going to be 4, comma 5. Okay, these 3 points form a triangle. Okay, now you're going to write equations of a line, okay? Write the equation of the line that contains the median from A. Okay, first of all, you have to know what a median is. What's a median of a triangle? It's a segment that goes from A to the midpoint of the opposite side. That's a median. Okay, write the equation of the line. Okay, why don't we just call this point M for midpoint? Write the equation of this line that connects these 2 points. What's the first thing I should do? Find M. Okay, using the midpoint formula, M is 5, comma 3. Can everybody do that? Average the X, average the Y's. We did this on last night's homework. Okay, now look. Oh, this is so easy with, no! Change the problem. This is too easy. You know why? When you have 0, 0, it's just too easy. Change the problem. We're going to do the median from, what? Was it written down? Okay, we're going to do the median from C. Write the equation of this median right here. You know why I like it? Because I'll get fractions. I love fractions. Okay, what are the coordinates of M? Quick. 3, comma 1/2. Yeah, we got fractions. Okay, so what's the first thing I should do when I want to write an equation of a line? Find the, rhymes with rope, slope. Okay, find the slope. 5 minus half. What? 4/2. I just saw her say 4/2. What the heck is that? But, okay, you guys know, okay, just tell me, what do I write down? 9/2. You don't write 4.5. What are we in 4th grade? Writing mixed numbers? All over 4 minus 3. 1. Okay, the slope is 9/2. Okay, now, like I said, how many people do this? Y equal 9/2 X plus B, or you know, Morris and he added Callahan, right? Okay, and then how do you figure out what B is? You plug in, what? Plug in 0? You plug in one of these points. Okay, but then it takes, that's extra computation. You know what the fastest way is? Point slope. Pick one of these points.
C.
Yeah, because it's got fractions. This is scary when it got fractions, right? You got this point. Look how easy this is. Y minus 5 equals 9/2 times X minus 4. Finished. That's the equation of the line. You don't have to compute anything. However, okay, let's do another one. Write the equation of the altitude from B. Now, what is an altitude? Yes.
Like writing, like writing.
Oh, height.
Yeah.
Okay, here is the altitude. It goes through B and it is perpendicular to the opposite side. That's an altitude. Okay? Write the equation that goes through the altitude. What's the first thing I need to do? Figure out the okay, I don't know if you know this, but anytime you write an equation of a line, you have to compute the slope. You need a slope and a point. Okay, how the heck do I find the slope of this? Because I don't know this point, Mr. Park. Well, it's perpendicular, so you go negative reciprocal. So first you find the slope of AC. What's the slope of AC? 5 minus 0 over 4 minus 0. Come on, that's baby food. Therefore, the slope of this line that's perpendicular to it is the negative reciprocal of that, which is negative 4/5. Okay? There's only one point you know, so what's the equation of that line? Y minus 1 equal negative 4/5 times X minus 6. There you go, that's the equation of the line. Okay, now, find where this line and this line intersect. That's what you're going to have to do tonight. So this is the equation of the altitude, this is the equation, I mean the median, and this is the altitude. How do you find where they intersect? Can you see that the way, you know, the form that it's in, point slope form, like, I mean, it's good to write it down, but then when you have to find where they intersect, it's really not that useful, right? I mean, you could solve for y in this equation and then plug it in here, but you're still gonna have to do a lot of work. So I'm gonna show you something. If you pick it up, fine. Okay, if not, you don't have to do it the way I do it. Watch what I do. I don't do this. Okay? If the slope is 9/2, and okay, so this is what I write. 9x minus 2y. You see what I did? Because remember, Mr. Takayasu said the slope is negative a over b. So if the slope is 9/2, I write 9x minus 2y. You guys follow me? Because what is negative a over b? 9/2, yeah, I know, it's 9/2. Okay, now pick a point. Which point do you want to use? The nice one or the ugly one? No, let's use the nice one. 4, 5. Now plug in 4. Plug in 4 and 5. Can you do this in your head? 36 minus 10 is 26. There you go. That's the equation of the line. Okay, now let's do the other one. Okay, what's the slope of this line? Negative 4/5. So what do I write down? 4x plus 5y. The slope is negative a over b. Equals, and then the line got to pass through the point 6,1. So if I plug in 6 and 1, 24 plus 5, 29. There you go. Those are the two lines. Why is it better to put it in that form? Because now I can use addition subtraction method to find where they intersect. Now it's up to you. You don't have to do that, but that's the way I do it. Because I want to be efficient, that's why. Because I don't care what you do. You can use any form you want to find where they intersect. I don't care how you do it, you just got to do it. I'm telling you from experience, this is much faster. But then you got to know stuff. Okay, last problem for today and we're done. So tonight, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be writing equations of lines. Okay, I'll just tell you one of the problems, so you don't get shocked. Okay? I'm going to give you the 3 vertices of a triangle. One of the problems is find the circumcenter of this triangle. What? What's a circumcenter? Well, if you read the problem, doesn't it tell you? You guys did this in geometry. The circumcenter is the center of the circumscribed circle. Because when you have a triangle, can't you put a circle that circumscribes it? The circumcenter is the center of that circle. How do you find the circumcenter? It's the intersection of the perpendicular bisectors of the sides. How do I know that? Oh, I took geometry. Plus it says so in the notes. In fact, no, it says so in the problem. So what you do is you find the midpoint of this side, and then you make the negative reciprocal slope, and you write the equation of this line. Then you pick either this side or that side, it doesn't matter. Find the midpoint, make the negative reciprocal slope, write the equation of that line. Where these two lines intersect, this is the circumcenter. That's the center of the circumscribed circle. So that's what you're doing tonight. Write the equation of a line, write the equation of another line, find where they intersect. Next problem, write the equation of this line, that line, find where they intersect. You're going to do that repeatedly. And so by the end of it, you're going to be good. Okay, last thing. What if I give you a line, 3x minus 5y plus, give me a single digit number. Oh god, that's so mundane. Okay, give me a coordinates of a point.
5, 2.
5, 2. Okay. Find the distance between this point and that line. What does that mean, a distance between a point and a line? The shortest possible distance. Anytime you talk about the distance between a point and any graph, it's always the shortest distance. Otherwise, there's an infinite number of answers, right? Okay, how do you find this distance? I taught it to you summertime? How come that you remember?
Oh, no, the thing you taught.
What? Okay, let's say you don't know anything. Let's pretend you don't know anything. Okay, let's say you're trapped in a Turkish prison. You don't have any formulas, but if you can find this distance right here, you're free. Otherwise, execution. How would you do it? What's the slope? Oh, can I change this? I'm going to change this to a 4. I don't know why I put a 5 there. So dumb. That's dumb. Anyway, what's the slope of this line? Negative a over over b, 3/4. Therefore, what's the slope of this line? It's perpendicular. Negative 4/3, and you know a point. Can you write the equation of this line?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you write it. Right, so it's going to take less than a minute. Okay, so you got the equation of this line and this line. Can you find where these two lines intersect? Yeah, solve them, right? Once you know the coordinates of this point, can you find the distance between that point and that point? Yeah, you use the distance formula, but that takes, well, it'll take, I could do it in less than a minute. I don't know about you. How long would you think it'll take you? 10 minutes. No way 10 minutes. Go home if it's 10 minutes. Go home, cook rice. Luckily, we have a formula. This is how you find the distance between a point and a line. ax1 plus by1 plus c all over the square root of a squared plus b squared. I would highly suggest you put this formula in your tool belt because we're going to be using it repeatedly throughout the course. Okay, so this is the formula of the distance between this line. So the line has to be written in general form and the point x1, y1. You don't have to write it down, it's in the notes. I even gave you an example of how to do it too. So here's the line, here's the point. So here, this is A, this is B, this is C, this is x sub 1, that's y sub 1. You just plug and chug, there's no thinking. You just plug and chug. My dog could do this. If you could put the chalk in his paw, you go, ooh. There. And you just compute that, and that will tell you the distance. Okay, can you compute this? Let's see. What is this? 15 minus 8 plus 1. 8. And come on, do we? 3, 4, 5. So this distance is 1.6. Isn't that way faster than the first one? But you have to know that formula. So I'm telling you right now, you gotta know this formula. You must put this, commit this to memory, just like the quadratic formula. Okay, we're done. Yeah.
How to do it in a video.
You challenging me? Clear the board! Okay, you want me to do it the long way?
No, you have to do it different problem. And you know
Okay. No, I make up the line here.
Okay. But you can't know the answer.
5x plus 12y plus 1 equals 0. Okay, you can make up the point. Oh.
I can.
Yeah, anything. Single digits, though, single digit.
9.
No. No.
You said single digit. I said 9.
And I said no. Okay, should I make it up then?
7, 2.
Okay. You want to go with 7, 2?
I don't know.
What? Okay, tell me when to go.
Ready, set, go.
Okay, so 12, 5, 1 equals 49 minus 10 is 39. Okay, so you got 5x, so you got to multiply by 12. So it's 60x plus 144y. What did you do? Then you got to multiply by 60x minus 25y. What did I just say? Multiply by 5, 39 by 195. Okay, so you got 169y is equal to, what are we doing? We're subtracting. 207, negative 207. So y equals negative 207 over 169. Okay. Plug it back in to get x. Okay, shh. How much time do I have?
You have 20 seconds.
25. Shh. What? How much? Give me the time.
20 seconds.
What? 59, 60. Okay, plug it back in. 60 13ths.
You made that up.
Confirm kick-hole. Sorry.
Well, if we use the formula, okay, let's see. We confirm it by using the formula. Absolute value of 5 times 7 plus 12 times 2 plus 1 all over the square root of 5 squared plus 12 squared. So that's 35 plus 24 plus 1, 60/13, correct.
But how do we know you didn't just do the formula in your head?
I did do the formula, buffoon.
You
I cheated. But you guys don't even know. You don't even know. I did use the formula. Can you tell? Look, once I got the y coordinate, do you think I can put any of the x coordinates? Look how ugly it is. That's why I cheated. That thing is so ugly. There's no way I can do that. There's no way. Look at how ugly that is. That's called yobo tactics. You guys ever heard of yobo tactics? Who's Korean here? What does yobo mean? Okay, it might mean honey. But it's just like a common, well, I don't know, I learned it as it's just like a common word to denote a Korean person. Yeah. Yeah. So yobo tactics. You know how Koreans are, they'll do anything to gain an advantage. Yeah, I know, because I'm full Korean. They'll do anything to gain an advantage. So that's like yobo tactics right there. That's a perfect example. Okay, whatever. Oh, we taped that too. Oh my God. I didn't really mean that. Just kidding.